So we open with Tamara drunkenly stumbling out of the party. Are you kidding me? So Katie comes to check on her. Ask her about the FBI. There's a lawsuit about illegal gambling. Girl, we got Giorgio Says on Real Housewives of Orange County. Shout out. I follow him on TikTok. And child, he breaking it down. So Ryan was paid $600,000. But he don't know where the money came from or why, and his business partner's address is Ryan's home address. So now Eddie leaves since Tamara ain't coming back. And Jen's like, help me with that. Girl, maybe you should help yourself with your own man. So now Jen finally gets Tamara's just a butt. I could have been told you that. But I guess pink toes don't believe that they'll do to them what they do to us. And I'm like, no, y'all be evil. To the bone. To the bone. So Katie comes back to the table. She's like, but Ryan, what about the FBI? He said, well, one of my closest friends is going through something, but I'm not going through because I got a muni boo. A muni boo. He got what? A muni boo. Enough for two. A muni boo. I don't know what I want for dinner tonight, and it's stressing me out. And here's why. It's 6:19 and everything decent, like it really closes between 8 and 9. Like after 9, your options drop tremendously. I don't want, it's like I have a list of all that I don't want, but I'm like, but what do I want? And then also it's hot as hell, so it's not like, when it's cold, there are just more comfort foods. So I'm like, oh, I'll just have the grilled cheese and, tomato soup. It's too hot for that shit. And I already had shrimp salad and cucumber salad, so I've had my, cold dishes. I don't know if I want a sandwich. And I've had too many. It's, been hot all week. So I've had, let's have, cold foods. And now I'm, sick of that. Girl, now, Emily popped up. She seemed to know a little bit, too. Oh, I thought your friend was hosting big rollers in Vegas, and that's how he got in trouble, and it was with illegal money. And he said, no, Matt's a pro. Prosecuted. Maybe that's what you mean by pro. Maybe he's prosecuted. Prosecute. So he's the professional gambler and also has the bookie business. Let's look up, what the fuck is a bookie? What the heck is a bookie? A person who determines gambling odds and receives and pays off bets. A gambling facilitator. A gambling facilitator. I almost want barbecue, but there ain't no good barbecue places. Ain't no. After that, Sharon goes shopping with Heather. Oh, Sharon, you lying piece of shit. Birthdays have never been a big thing. I just don't like the focus on me. I'm uncomfortable with it. You can't get out the camera's face, but you uncomfortable with it. Why lie? Why lie? Why do I call Shannon Sharon? Because she's not important enough to get her name right. I think Sharon fits her better. So Katie joins them too. They look at some outdoor furniture and Katie's like, that heifer got some old taste, but we get to talk about John and Alexis putting the story in the press to make Sharon look bad. I mean, you 60 and you got a new face. It's just a shame you had to pay for it twice. But hell, at least you got a storyline. This will bring you back next season. They might have gotten rid of you, and then you'd really be out some money. Look on the bright side. Then we start to talk about how Tamara was drunk and a butt at the dinner. And they like, look, you can't have 3 martinis and say things that are awful. Over with Tamara, she's meeting with Emily. Sharon invited everybody to tea for her 60th, but Tamara can't make it. Over with Emily and Gina, they talking about having to go to Sharon's tomorrow and it being uncomfortable. Oh God, but now Heather's upset. So now Gina mad because Emily's mad, and I get it. Let her have somebody to go home with. But now Heather asks Katie, what side were you on? So now Heather wants to backpedal and pussy pop. What did I do to make Heather feel that way? Yeah, now that you know, she ran and told that to everybody and everybody's on her side. Now you look insensitive. Also, Emily isn't doing law while she's raising her kids. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. That's a lot of hours. That makes sense. And now you're doing housewives, so you're still making some coin. Go ahead, Helfer. Oh, over with Katie, she taking her kids to Korea. I want to go to Korea. I want to go to eat. I want to go to have the live squid. I want to have Korean barbecue. I want to do some shopping. Like, I want to go to Seoul. I could spend a good 5 days in Seoul. After that, we go to Sharon's birthday tea. She's got a surprise for the girls. Is it the trip to London that Alexis isn't invited on? I like that. But we get there, and before Sharon can even come out, we gotta have Emily and Heather sit down. And Gina's like, now Heather always do this. She can't be in the moment. She has to wait until she has the perfect thing to say. That's a Capricorn trait. Tamra apologizes to Jen while we wait on Sharon. Thank God they didn't suss that out. I don't want to hear about this damn dress no more. Jesus, they're going to bring it up at the reunion because Heather said the dress was tight. Oh God, this is a dead horse of the season. So Sharon shows up and she gives people, what, a boudoir photo? Don't nobody want to look at her. Yep, she invites the heifers to London. Heather got her some Hermes slides. They were $7.80. That ain't that much to her. Oh Lord, Alexis sent flowers to Sharon. Sharon don't give a shit. She uninvited the heifer from the trip. The girls are like, don't send the message just yet. Soften it. Okay, now Tamara's saying, oh, we're going to blame it on John. It clearly is John coaching Alexis. And also Alexis wants to be on the show. They are needling her, Tamara. Why can't you take her? Oh, because you hate Shannon. Because you're just a harpy. Ooh, can you go back to hell? Just go back to hell. Now Tamara brings up the butt dial. But then we share all our favorite memories of Sharon. The girls are like, we'll go talk to Alexis. We'll soften that text. Why soften it? Alexis ain't softened shit for Sharon. So the next day, Katie heads over to Alexis to tell the heifer she ain't coming. But she reads the text. She's like, oh yeah, Cher sent it. Oh, Jen's there too. Oh my God, I'm done, girls. What does she want? What is she hung up on? Everybody's like, well, you know the lawsuit. If she hadn't borrowed the money and didn't pay it back, we wouldn't be in this situation. And if they had kept fucking, he wouldn't have asked for the money back, so that's stupid. Oh, Jesus, now we got this man flapping the fucking confessional. I had to take legal action. My hands were tied as I was days away, crossing the statute of limitations. Girl, so you was never gonna get your money back. I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all, because she just had the facelift done. So Jen asks, well, how'd we get here? Why'd y'all put it in people? And she says, well, let me tell you what happened. She wanted to put a muzzle on John. We don't put a muzzle on John. Not a muzzle. Like any gentleman, you don't talk poorly about the women you date. You know what? I won't be around this group. Good, we don't want you. Out, heifer, out. I'm done. And then gets up and just throws the heifers out. Child, that was the shit, and they are delivering this season. I have to say, I hate wackadoo Alexis, but this is good TV. Alexis, I don't know how you thought this was going to go. I mean, I know those tears are crocodile. My sweet summer child. My sour summer child.